See, look, here's the deal with horror movies, okay? Some of them are scary. Some of them aren't that scary.
Sometimes you're living in one. All right, we sound good.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to the podcast, Comedychow. It's your boy, Mario.
I'm Natalie G. Hi.
What's going on there, my little strawberries? How we doing out there? And how we out there in Spotify land and Amazon Music land and all the other... wherever you stream? What's happening?
We were looking at our analytics for the podcast, and it felt very, we were very professional looking at where all the people are streaming.
Yeah, my mom uses a lot of different devices. That's all I'm saying. My mom streams on several platforms.
She's like a satellite to make sure she's streaming on every platform
possible.
She's like,
what's Stitcher? I don't know what Stitcher is.
We just signed her up for everything.
Awesome. Hey, let's start this off the right way, though.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, salute. There we go.
Cheers,
guys. That is a good kick. That has a good kick.
Well, when you put Coke in it, it feels, lifts everything up.
Yeah, hell yeah. That fine china, as they say.
That's a really good name for it. Oh, no.
What's going on, Natalie? How are you? What's going on? What's moving? What's shaking? What are we doing in here today?
You always put the pressure on me first.
We got some stuff happening.
Well, it's Halloween weekend, so this is going to come out after, but I'm excited. I have a show tonight at Tiny Cupboard.
Yeah. If you guys are wondering, we are wearing, this is the Halloween episode. We are wearing costumes.
I do. Yeah. I have a costume. I have 2 costumes.
No, I'm saying right now. We're wearing costumes right now.
Oh, my face. This is not real. This is underneath. It's like Predator horns underneath. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what it is, right?
Yeah. Well, I have to keep them, I got to keep them down.
Yeah.
I can't just wear them in public, my horns.
Exactly. Me, I'm a Jewish lady. I just dress as a Puerto Rican most of the time.
And I'm a tiny Korean man. So, no, I actually did get 2 costumes. But one of them is like a skeleton costume and the other is a tiger onesie, which I'm very excited for.
Nice.
So I have a show tonight. I'll wear a costume there. I have a show on Monday night at the very famous Producers Club.
Whoa, hold on a second. Is that where all the producers meet?
That is... Yes, exactly. Is
that the club for producers only?
Wow. I'm like, I don't know what to do with these sleeves here.
What are you doing there?
I don't know. I'm trying to get comfortable.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Producers Club at 8:00 on Halloween, which is on a Monday. It kind of sucks, but I think it's going to be fun.
Yeah.
So, yeah. I've been good. I had a good string of mics this week. This week was a very solid time going up on stage, and I recorded it again. I've been diligently recording, and I've been also diligently putting them off.
Yeah.
I haven't listened back to any of them.
And then you've been deleting them immediately.
Not like before, not like how I used to. I actually, a friend of mine recorded me yesterday too. She recorded video for my set, and the reason why she did it was she said, for social, to like put social cuts out there, because that's what you do now. That's part of the game. Like you go on stage, you do your time, but you also record as much video of yourself as possible and then chop it down into something that seems like it's funny.
Oh, yeah. I had 2 different sets yesterday, and I didn't record the first one because I don't know. I just haven't been recording that often. And then I was like, what the hell? Like, that was a decent set. Why didn't I record any of that?
Yeah.
I have the audio of it, but what's audio? Listen, having audio, you might as well have a stenographer just writing down the transcript and be like, guys, see, these jokes were funny.
Just documenting that it happened.
I should have a courtroom guy that paints... and he's just painting what's happening inside the courtroom. That would be Steve Yensel, though.
That would be really funny. Yeah,
right?
That's what he does. I've seen him. I haven't seen him in a while at Black Cat, but he used to.
I hope he's okay.
He's a hardcore part of the community, and he's a graphic designer, artist. I've actually seen him do some like drawings of people like as they're going on set, and that's always a cool thing.
Yeah, it has a very court TV feel to it.
Yeah.
Where it's like no photographers, but a painter. Which, does that make sense in a courtroom? Be like, listen, no modern photography, but a guy with his eyes and his hands, he could paint you pretty well. I don't understand the point of that.
I want to go back to that. I don't know why. I want to know why, and I want to keep it going.
Okay, I think here's my version of court TV. Mm-hmm. I think they should have a 7-year-old drawing what they think they see inside the courtroom.
We would all be like animals.
I would
It
just eat crayons. Like I'd have a triangle head or something.
One of us is like a tree. So I'm like, all right, well, you know.
I want him purple.
Sure.
And that's it. He's a purple guy.
Yeah, because he's lying. And lies are purple.
I would love it for like the defendant to have like horns. Like they just joke because he's the bad guy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So
like,
he has to look like a bad guy.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So no, I mean, it's good to document and video. But you recorded your second set. So
yeah.
good.
Second set was good too.
My second set, I think I got recorded too. My first set, I didn't. I only recorded audio.
Gotcha.
Because I'm still working on a lot of bits, so I really have to listen. There's so many I have to listen back to and really work on punching up. Like I get laughs, but I want to get more. So I have to listen.
Yeah, it sounds about right for comedy. I think the laughs are important.
There's some points where I kind of have this. I don't tell the joke the exact same way more than twice, and that's not a conscious thing. I'm doing it subconsciously because I'm trying to test out different ways. So it's all recorded. I got to listen back to that.
Yeah,
but
sure.
I told her, I was like, listen, thank you for this. I'm probably not going to put it on social media. Or maybe I will. I don't know. I'll put up a clip or something, but I mostly look at it to see my body movements because I'm not an actor or anything. So the stage started, like being up on stage started with stand up. And so I'm very novice when it comes to like how my body is on stage. It's felt so awkward for so long.
If you had an OnlyFans, it would be your bowel movements.
What?
You said your body movements.
Oh, I got
damn,
it.
Natalie.
Sorry.
We got to sharpen up over here,
Here's the thing.
Hey, by the way, guys, speaking of sharpening up, this episode is brought to you by Cliff Bars.
Not an ad.
Not a sponsor, but we'd love to have you. Cliff Bars, cool mint chocolate. It's the nutrition for sustained energy. Do yourself a favor, guys. Get yourself a Cliff Bar. Thank you. Comedychow. Hashtag SEO. Hashtag please hire us. Hashtag I will do anything to be part of this. I really do eat this, though, a lot. The cool mint, it is my favorite flavor. Did we ever talk about this on the podcast? Like mint and chocolate going together?
No. I'm like, he just threw an ad right in the top of that. I love.
Hey,
all right,
it's
good for you.
It's not a real sponsored ad, but
No.
Cliff, if you're listening, Cliff Bars, please reach out to your boy. No, I don't know. I've always liked adult food. Like ever since I was little, I loved pistachio ice cream.
Mm-hmm.
Ever since I was little, and I used to get made fun of because they're like, "Oh, that's an adult flavor." I liked it because it was green. It was such a cool color, and then it tasted really good. I also loved, since I was little, mint chocolate chip. I love that kind of stuff. I don't know why. There's like a whole group of people that are like anti-mint chocolate chip, and they try to look at you like you're a redhead.
I don't know why. I love mint chocolate chip. It's my favorite.
Yeah,
one of my favorites.
One of the only other people that I know that likes that.
Yeah, I used to I think I talked about this in an earlier episode, but I used to like eat Andy's chocolate, mint chocolates by like the fistful. God. Yeah. So I just like, I guess it was mainly chocolate. The thing is, as long as it has chocolate in it, I'm in for it, you know?
There was nothing better, at least in my house growing up as a kid, that during like Thanksgiving or the holidays, my mom or my dad or whatever would buy the little Andes as just like an after dinner mint situation. And I remember they would catch me sneaking little pieces, and they're like, "Well, chop your hands off. Like, this is Abu Dhabi. You better stop stealing."
Yeah.
I'm like, all right.
You got caught, silly.
Oh,
amateur.
God, I loved
amateur.
it. I loved it because they would buy one bar of chocolate for like 30 guests.
Yeah.
So like we were all staring at it. Like not even all of us actually. I was the only one that liked it. So yeah, no, that was my thing, man. I love mint chocolate chip. I love mint chocolate chip ice cream. Only gripe I have about mint chocolate chip ice cream is the chips when they get very cold. And have you ever had the ice cream where like the chips are perfectly square and they like cut the roof of your fucking mouth?
Yeah, they're a little sharp.
They're like shurikens from a ninja that just get stuck right in your roof. You're like, all right, this isn't fun. Yeah, I like a soft chocolate.
Of course, yeah, soft dark chocolate. That's my jam.
Yeah,
so that's a mint chocolate, whatever. That Cliff. I can't have any of these bars because I'm allergic to soy. So I'm like,
you weak species.
I am. I really am. So
you weak
know,
genetics
I'm
can't
like,
handle little soy.
I look at it like it's a foreign object. I'm like, what is this Cliff thing that you're talking about?
Yeah,
but
you're like, who's Cliff?
that's the first time I've ever seen a mint one though. I never really. So that's kind of a rare flavor.
It's delicious. It's like you're eating and brushing your teeth at the same time.
That's how you brush your teeth with Cliff
That's
bars.
how I brush my teeth. I eat mint chocolate chip ice cream.
That's disgusting. Jesus. Well, we
What?
keep up with hygiene here. We'll have to do a toothpaste commercial after this.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
We need edible toothpaste.
Edibles, toothpaste.
No, not edibles toothpaste. Just imagine you're getting high all the time.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised there's some pothead out there that's just like, dude, you need to brush your teeth with THC, man.
Yeah.
I live, I wake and bake, I sleep and cake. I don't know, just stupid. None of that makes sense, but you know what I'm trying to say.
Yeah. So yeah, my week in comedy has been going really
Oh my
fun.
God, no one asked.
You
did
did
see
ask.
this?
You asked in the beginning.
The
Here's
yappy
the thing.
yap from the women over here. The
Here's the
yappy
thing.
yapping over here. No,
Talk about yappy yap. You literally threw my update off of a cliff bar and just
Hey.
went in a different direction. So
Yeah, that's so true. Oh my God. Speaking of,
what?
I was reading the news, and there's a guy in Turkey. This is not a fun story, but a guy in Turkey just got sentenced to life in prison because he threw his pregnant wife off a cliff.
Where we go? This
Did he
episode
not
is
hear of
off the rails.
stairs?
Yeah. What? Okay.
God,
Jesus.
she fucked it. Grr. No, what I'm trying to say, I'll start that joke over again for anybody
from the
that,
top.
you know, it got jumbled in the conversation. A guy in Turkey threw his wife off a pregnant wife off a cliff. Were the stairs not big enough? He was like, I bet you he pushed her, and she was like, what was that for? He was like, oh, I slipped. And then he was like, fuck, I need more stairs. Because she was still growing the baby. He's like, fuck, all right, what's bigger than this? He looked over a mountain. Hey, you want to go hiking, honey? She's like, I really can't. My feet are kind of swollen. No, it's good for the pregnancy. You're going to feel better because of it. That's how I picture him setting that up. You may now proceed.
I'm gonna put fentanyl in my coffee.
Oh shit! You want to
this will be the
overdose? Is
last-
that what you're saying?
This will be the last one.
You want to get blasted into space? What does fentanyl even feel like?
I don't even know. I don't know.
Well, because here's the deal. I don't know what most drugs feel like, right? Like, I don't know what crack feels like. But, you know, enough people have done crack and survived to tell you the tale of it. Fentanyl is one of those that you just hear it gets laced with stuff, and then people die of it.
People are gonna listen to this episode and be like, "What the fuck is happening?"
Maybe you're on
Incredible.
fentanyl right now listening. I don't know.
I think most of the let's guys, if you're a drug user, email the podcast at comedychowpod.com
Yeah.
at gmail.com.
Listen, steal your mom's laptop because that's what you know what I'm saying? Like, trade a toaster for an iPhone, and then, you know, go ahead and message us.
Yeah.
Anyway, so all right. So listen, we got off track. Natalie's all right. Let's get back to it. Here's something I've been hearing a lot of lately. Mm-hmm. I've been hearing a lot of something called the ick. I've been hearing that a lot. I've been hearing that a lot in like the dating circles. Mm-hmm. I feel like that's something that's kind of been emerging in the last like 4, 5, 6 months. And I have a female friend that showed me a list that her and her friends came up with of the ick, of just things that bother them. And it's an extensive list. Now, have you heard of the ick?
It's just sort of coming around. Yeah. I think but I've never been one to have a list of anything that I don't like about people. So it's just kind of new. I think this is a new thing I've heard of.
Yeah, no, really, it's only come out in the last however many months.
Yeah.
And some of the icks that were on there were just regular things, like if a guy wears white shoes, you're like, what the fuck is you talking about? Like,
Well, I guess so.
like the list of icks were so just mundane
And specific. That's
yeah,
very specific.
it was like, yeah, like all the icks were just ridiculous.
Yeah.
They were ridiculous. Like, if he eats pizza with a fork and a knife. I'm like, okay, first of all, that is a red flag. As a New Yorker, I'm like, what are you doing? Does this guy have a head injury? But I'm not going to be, but you know, if somebody does that, I would be like, all right, maybe they just don't want to get their hands dirty. You know, maybe you're eating at like a nice pizza place. I don't know, like Chuck E. Cheese. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, I don't know, because the thing I don't get about this list
I wear tuxedo.
Is that you should. That's the dress code.
Yeah,
is a tuxedo that you found from a dead guy. I think the idea of a list of things that you don't like about people or behaviors that you don't like about people, it's just kind of like there's always a context to kind of justify it. Like, you might not like that they, you know, I don't know. What's an example of something you saw on the list?
Okay, and here's the thing. I asked them, I said, all right, are these like real? They were like, yeah, a lot of these actually happened to us as well.
Okay.
So that's kind of what it was. There was one where this guy was whispering finance jokes into her ear.
Oh, I don't have any justification for that. God damn it. Okay.
Whispering.
Yeah. Okay.
Finance jokes.
So I can't justify all of them. That's not. But that's. Yeah. Ugh.
There's that one. There's also one where.
What's a finance joke?
I don't even know. Two Jews buy a bank. I don't even know what's a good finance joke.
That's just a day in the life. That's just a day.
Yeah,
that's not a joke.
You're stating facts,
that's
sir.
Just how. Yeah.
No, there was one that really stood out to me where. Okay, this is such a specific ick. It's I don't even know if you want to call it an ick.
Okay.
It's just what happened. The ick was a guy that eats you out, comes on the floor, and then leaves.
He comes on the floor?
Yeah, he came on the floor.
From eating her out?
And
then leaves?
And then left. And didn't clean it up. Like, didn't say anything. He was like, I'm done here. I'm full.
What?
And then he leaves. I swear to God, I read that on the list and I went, what? I was like, did this happen? And she was like, yeah, it happened to my friend blank. And I was like, holy shit. Like, what guy does that? So that means he had pants off. That means they were naked or something.
Yeah, I'm just trying to go over the logistics of that. How do you get there? Okay.
I mean, listen, the guy,
it
was probably so, like, for him, it was probably so, like, oh my God, like, this is happening. I'm eating this girl out.
Yeah.
That he just shot a load. And, I mean, either, I don't know, whatever. And then he was just like, and I'm done here. He mic drop, and I'm leaving. I don't know. That's
strange. That's another strange one I can't justify.
First of all, there's certain things that are icks, and there are certain things that are just like, damn, I don't want that to happen to me again.
Yeah.
You know, like, that's just a not cool thing to happen.
No, that's that's not an ick. That's traumatic.
Yeah.
It's it's crazy.
Exactly. Like, an ick would be like, he calls his mom mommy. Like, that's an ick.
Yeah.
Sure.
I can see that. That's the thing. The list of icks are, like, I would assume they're like small. They're like weird things, you know, quirks. Not like straight up, I was left in a sexual stupor because somebody just pieced out in the middle of it. That's strange.
Yeah, so that doesn't make sense to me. That's not an ick,
that's a flag right there.
And sure, I would call that a flag, because then afterwards you're just like, what the hell?
Yeah, because my next move there would not be to do anything. I would be to end it, all communication. That's it. Like, we're not done moving forward in any capacity. What's like a silly one? What was one on the list that you were like, this is ridiculous to be an ick?
I can't remember, because I mean, it was the list of this stuff, it was like the Constitution. It was just insane in terms of the amendment. They amended icks. They were like, he could like Andrew Tate only if, you know what I mean, he buys me flowers.
Yeah. They had conditions and
yeah.
You know.
It was like subsect section B, Article A of the ick code.
Yeah.
You know, he can't wear green socks after Labor Day.
And all this bullshit.
Yeah, heretofore. Oh my God. Herein, therefore.
Yeah.
No, so it was just stuff like that. One of the icks was if he likes Andrew Tate. It was just like random ick if he's a Republican. It was just like a lot of stuff like that where you're like, okay, I guess. I don't know. Like,
sure.
Like, that just sounds like your personal preference.
Well, I think that's what the ick list should be. It should be a list of personal preferences, but I think that they should, like, I think if someone right off the bat started expressing how much they love Andrew Tate, then I think that, I would
listen,
maybe have it. I would
exactly.
be like, But again, are these icks like once they encounter them?
Oh, they make it seem like their pussy shuts down for business.
That's how they made it seem.
That's
like
how
the
they made it
factory is
seem.
closed
like,
now.
We're done here. Like, we're done. And that list, there was like 85 line items on this list. So that's here's my thing. All right. It was the first time I ever saw a woman's thoughts on paper.
And you
guys are schizophrenic. You guys are insane. You guys literally are like, in the FBI board when they're trying to find out who the killer is, and they're just like, all right, he strikes somewhere around here, but he's also been seen here, here, and here. There's no correlation, but we think it's the same guy.
Well, that's what the list is.
Women's brains are.
The list are several line items that if you put them together in any combination, you are worried will turn into a man who will ghost you, be a fuckboy, or a narcissistic asshole undercover. So you're trying to that's basically they're coming up with the dossier of things that are red flags for a guy. Early or icks are they come prior to the red flags,
Yeah.
So
they should just put ick, breathing. That's all they should put
listen,
for men.
Does
breathing.
he have a pulse? Get rid of him.
Yeah,
that's
seriously.
It's over. I'm working on a bit about. And by working on it, I mean I'm not working on it at all at this point. But I
I wrote it, and that's it.
Well, I wrote a little bit of it, but I think I need to figure out my angle on it. But it's something to the effect of I wish that we as women could enjoy our company with men or dates or relationships before we get into I wish we could enjoy it longer before we get into the investigation. Because there's always a level of there's a woman in the back of our minds. We are FBI level piecing shit together.
Oh,
That's what we're doing. That's happening in the background all the time. And it's gotten even more. It happens even more so now because just how much you hear stories of other women getting, mistreated or not mistreated. I don't want to make it sound too heavy, but getting ghosted or, getting lied to and all this bullshit. They uncover some bullshit and then, they tell the others. And then next thing you know, everybody's fucking calculating, trying to figure everyone else out,
Yeah. I mean, listen,
it happens.
Well, that's why, isn't there that Facebook group? There's that Facebook group where it's just have you dated this guy?
Yeah.
And they post a picture and then people will be like, yeah, I did. And he has a small, smelly penis or something, Yeah,
it's a lot of tea sharing. But I think that there's also this idea. I mean, the group was founded on this, with the goal to share information and protect other women. So that's at the very base level. Somewhat similar to what the Me Too movement was. And then it just everything else goes off the rails.
But just imagine, right? Only because
we're about to fight.
Only because there has to be a counterpoint always, or a counterbalance, right?
Sure.
Here's the thing, right? Women do it, and what's funny? We almost don't even bat an eye. We're just like, oh yeah, no, that makes sense. But if men had a thing where we were just like, yo, anybody date this slut, or not even, or let's just say it's a bunch of guys and it's like, hey, I really love this girl, or I think she's amazing. I think I want to make her my girlfriend. Has anybody dated her? And then a bunch of guys put their hands up and they're like, she swallows. And you're just like, no, you know what I mean? So, and if somebody was to stumble upon that, it would be slut shaming. It would be this. It would be that. And I feel like it's not fair. There isn't. It's what is that called? A double standard. There's a double standard there.
Well, it's because you brought up something that we talked about on an earlier podcast when we were talking about men, how men view women versus how women view men. Is that men view women for the body part, and you just proved it by saying. Someone putting up their hands in this hypothetical situation and saying she swallows. You're just focusing on the body part versus women being like, what are his intentions and what are his, now I'm not fully defending it blindly.
No way.
But there is a different angle that I've seen this conversation kickstart over and over. Here's a picture of a guy. I feel like he's, I feel like he's a good guy, but I'm not really sure. He's not that responsive. Here are all the timestamps of when we texted.
Oh my God. How many women are on this group?
I don't know.
Oh, listen, that must be... listen, first of all, if you've ever seen two women have a conversation about this, it's just a convoluted thing of like, but I don't know, but what do you think? But I don't know, but what do you think?
Yeah.
Let alone if there's like 3,000 women just all like, it's like ants. It's like ants trying to climb up to get food off of a fucking...
I want to clip that soundbite. That really is what it sounds like. Because here's the thing. I think as women too, there's a point where we get in too deep into the details. And we need to zoom out a little bit and be like, do you even want to be with this person? Do you even want to pursue this person? You know, I think that there's that. I'm not trying to like blindly defend one side or the other. I think there actually should be a little bit more accountability on both sides. And I've seen that accountability come up more in these Facebook groups, because there are some women out there who for sure like will take one small detail about a man and blow it up into this whole big thing. And it's just like, you know, and I think guys have done it too. People are capable of doing it. And anytime you want to catch somebody on that bullshit, you start asking questions and you see the story start to unravel. So it's not like no one's protected here. That's not what I'm saying.
Oh my God. I feel like I was just listening to the Facebook group right now. That was just crazy. That's insane. You guys are insane. You know that, right?
Okay.
But here's the deal. Again, counterbalance, right? You guys are insane. Guys, we're too simple. Like, we're too simple. Like, if we just increased our complexity by like 20%, we'd be a lot better. Mm-hmm. You know, women, if you guys just calm down by 20%, you guys would be great too. I feel like we're both extremes. Like, we're both on two separate parts of the aisle.
Sure.
That's what I think is happening.
Okay.
Where it's like guys were like, okay, do you have titties? Do you want to eat? Do you want a hamburger?
Yeah, that's
Let's watch TV. Like, that's guys. And the women are just like, yeah, but he wants to eat hamburgers, but he knows I'm trying to gain weight. Is he trying to say I'm fat? Is he trying? I don't understand what's going on here. What's happening? I feel like as if there's no. It's very hard to have like a peanut butter jelly sandwich, just perfect, kind of like, you know, perfect meeting of the two. It's tough. Mm-hmm. It's tough out there.
Yeah, that's the takeaway.
Yeah,
it's hard.
No,
yeah.
Really. All of that boiled down to just like, and then you don't understand that we're going to find out who he is and where's his mom? Where's his mom? Is his mom okay? Let's talk to his mother about this. Look, dating is complicated. Do you know how many times I've been on dates with girls and I think the date went fantastic? Everything was normal. And then all of a sudden it's just like, no thanks. And you're like, what the fuck just happened here? Mm-hmm. You know, there's no rhyme or reason. It's just certain things there's certain chemistry there. Sometimes there isn't. Maybe it's the chick. Maybe it's her, right? Like, just imagine somebody's like, oh, he's not responsive. And it's just like, well, he works a 10-hour job, you know, a 10-hour day job, super busy, super intense. He has to focus. And it's like, yeah, but I texted him at 1 p.m. and he didn't respond till 7 p.m. Well, because he was fucking working. All right?
I mean, that's a long time to let a text go by.
But, oh my God.
No, I'm just saying, like, listen, here's the thing.
I don't know. Listen, I don't know. I don't have all the answers.
And again, it's not a hard and fast rule. I personally, here's why it probably sounded like I was fucking going into a vortex for a second. It's because as a woman, I'm torn. Like, I can see why those conversations are going on, but I can also understand how sometimes it comes off like crazy. And it's like, well, for men who are generally on the simpler side, of course you're not going to understand all the nuance.
The simpler side.
Yeah, and you're not going to understand the nuance that women are trying to get to. And does there always need to be that nuance? Not necessarily, but you know what? It's where we are.
That's like a Sandra Bullock movie. Instead of The Blind Side, The Simpler Side.
Yeah, and it's just
like,
a bunch
he's just
of...
a man.
It's just a man.
He's
a bunch
just
of
a man. That's
men in a
is.
room coloring and watching...
Yeah, watching
sports and Star Wars.
Monday Night Football.
Seriously. No, I don't know. This group, you know, it exists out there, and I don't know. Dating is... it's how many times have we heard dating is weird? It's never been more true. Never been more true.
Or I'm on the apps.
It's impressive that some relationships make it. Honestly, it's just and all the fucking chaos. It's insane.
Yeah, I would love to know the percentage of people that get married and have divorce. I know it's 51%, but then the people that just stay together never get married. And
they've just
been together.
The silent 50%.
yeah, right. And they've just
the
been
silent
together for
49%. Yeah,
25 years.
Yeah,
and they're totally happy because they never took that plunge. You know?
Oh, they never got married. You're saying?
That's what I'm saying. They never got married, but they just stood together. Yeah.
So you're saying it's really marriage changes the circumstances?
Yeah, that's 100% what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
100%. What I'm trying to say is like, what if there's tons of... what if there's... No, but what are you really trying to say, Mario? But what are you really trying to say? Are you trying to say marriage ruins... Yes, that's what I'm trying to say. That's 100% what I'm getting at.
Okay.
No,
I'm with you.
Anyway. You're going to put me on the Facebook. Does anyone know this man? No, I don't know. Anyway, all I'm trying to say is that, yeah, what if there is something there with that? I don't know. You know what? Did you know that this is a food podcast. Did you know that most domestic violence cases happen in the kitchen? Did you know that?
I didn't know that. How do you know that?
You know, that's a real statistic.
How did you find that? How did you know?
Oh, because I beat all my girlfriends in the kitchen.
I tried it out. Oh, Jesus. Oh, my God.
Oh, my God. There's something the way the sound when they hit the floor in the kitchen. It's like way better. No, I'm kidding. I don't hit women unless they deserve it.
You're like, no, linoleum is better, though, for that. Anyway.
Yeah. No, that's a real stat, though. Most of them happen in the kitchen. That's interesting, right? Because if you think about it, like there's family gatherings in the kitchen. You know, people are eating. People come together.
Listen, the kitchen is the number one common area. I think.
But why not the bedroom? Why not the living room?
No,
why not anywhere else? Outside.
I think
always the kitchen.
Well, I also think most houses these days, even apartments too, and then we're gonna get, I think they're like open layout now. So the kitchen and the it's all one big space.
I love it.
I knew he was gonna.
From an architectural standpoint, you get your ass beat everywhere in this house. Everyone can see you get your head knocked in from literally the living room to the bathroom.
The crime scene is one common area, so it doesn't matter.
That's great. You can get your blood splattered everywhere.
I think the bedroom is more like intimacy and things like that. Like it's a more intimate space. I'm not saying like sexually, but I'm just saying like in general, like for a relationship, that's the more intimate space. I feel like the kitchen is where you go and like, several times a day you're in there grabbing stuff to eat, cleaning, whatever, making things, it's kind of a very common place. So yeah, that makes sense. That checks out to me. Unfortunately.
That sounds good. All right, guys. So here,
what a tangent that was.
What do we got going on over here? All right. So what is the ick? Go ahead. It's your turn because we just ripped for 20 minutes on the ick. No. Actually, you know what? Do you have just name like one ick that you could have? Just like name one, like a real one.
Just like anyone who co-hosts a podcast with me is just it's just unbelievable. I can't.
Any bald-headed fuck sitting
specifically
a couple inches away from you.
Yeah, and they go to the gym. I hate that.
Yeah. Muscles. Ugh.
I want them thin and raily.
Very gaunt.
Yeah. I want them just under malnourished.
Yeah, I need gangly. I like gangly.
Yeah, I want that. I want it to feel like rope when they hug me.
Oh my God. Just wet noodles, wet spaghetti. Just
exactly.
By the way, that's the worst kind of handshake.
Oh, that gets under my skin.
Handshake?
You know what?
Oh,
that's
Lord.
an ick of mine.
All right, that's
100%.
That is a great ick.
Sorry, I needed a sip of coffee. But yes, that is an ick for anybody. It doesn't matter, but especially a guy. If I'm going on a date with a guy and I shake his hand and he gives me this, when I do that, when I do that, I want to break his fingers. I want to squeeze them and pull them in. You know how many guys I've shaken their hand and they go, "Wow, that's like a strong handshake," and I'm like, you shouldn't be saying that to me.
Not at all.
I should be feeling that from you.
Yeah.
Give me a solid handshake. That's good.
I fucking grip you, man. I just gave you some power there.
Yeah. Well, you had to. That was your cue to do that.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. But I got in the... Can I tell you what I got once from a girl?
What?
This was just like another girl I'm meeting for the first time. I got one of these.
Oh yeah, I got that. The paw, the puppy paw, the puppy paw hand,
The
where they
kiss
just
my
it's the
ring.
over, it's the. Mhm.
Yeah.
I feel like they also they put on perfume with the little squeeze thing. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? The little
like,
squeeze
poof
bowl
thing.
It's
Yeah.
like,
Yeah. She literally put your hand out like that, and she just went like wiggled it, and then I was like, "What
like
is
you're
this?"
trying to throw away my hand.
It's so
like
weird.
It's a tissue.
Yeah, I think the handshake to me says a lot. I pick up on a lot when I do that. So that's a major ick of mine. And then what else? I think I have a personal peeve with people who cut me off a lot when I'm talking.
What are you talking about?
And
So my day's been pretty good. Thanks for asking. Though my comedy's it's getting better actually. Go ahead.
God. Yeah, I think that's a good general. But here's the thing. These icks are general. They're not specific to guys. I'm trying to think of something that, I haven't been on a date in a long time. So I'm trying to think of something. I think an ick of mine was when a guy wanted to kiss me too early in the date.
Oh.
Like he just
how
was
soon are we
persistent.
talking?
Like it was the point of the date. The dinner had ended. We went outside. We were on the sidewalk. And this was in Midtown. So we were kind of like trying to figure out like whether we wanted to like
Continue?
go somewhere else. Yeah. Or just call it a night. And like, cause it was a weekday. So we both had work the next day. It was kind of one of those like, how are we feeling? Just checking in or whatever. And then at that point, he just took it upon himself. He like took me in his arms and tried to kiss me. And I like had to like, I was just like, nah, we're still trying to figure out. I'm still trying to figure out if this date is going to continue.
Boy, you had to like kind of pull away
A little bit. Yeah.
But like,
and he
yeah.
backed off, but he was like, he backed off, but with his words, he was like, well, I just thought maybe we could. And I was like, no, I'm not.
Oh, so wait, did he like you guys were standing there? Hey, what do you think? I don't know, cocktail. Oh, it's 10. I don't know, maybe. I mean, depending, whatever. And then he just went in for like, did he try to go in for a hug or like full on kiss?
It was both. It was a combination.
Oh my God, he tried smothering you?
Basically, yeah.
Dude, that's like kidnapping.
Yeah.
You know that, right? Because you're small, so that
I
must
know.
be scary. Oh no, somebody's doing construction outside.
Oh,
Yo.
is that what that is?
That shit is so loud. Holy Jesus. Hope it doesn't pick up on the camera.
No, that's it's funny. I'm telling
that's
this
the same
story.
guy. He's cutting
I'm
someone.
telling the
Yeah. story,
story, and that sound, it was like like a buzzsaw going off,
Yeah.
and I was like, he's here.
Yeah, for real. He
I
came
got
back
scared
for
for
you.
a second.
So that's what it was like? Like he
Yeah,
kind of did
yeah.
like a both, like, you know what, fuck it, I'm
Yeah.
going to overpower her?
Yeah, and
Wow.
and he came in, and it was like
Bold
halfway,
move.
and I stopped him, and he didn't do it again, but I can tell he couldn't look. He looked kind of defeated, but I'm like, why did you think that was a good thing to do there? We're still trying to figure out logistics.
No,
like I'm holding a compass trying to figure out what direction we're going in.
You know what I love about it's like when in doubt, whip it out. That's like literally what guys think sometimes.
These are the simple thoughts that men have.
Yeah.
And this is why the Facebook group exists.
Yeah.
Because some guys are like, I don't know, I'm just gonna get naked in the street and see what happens. It's like, what are you talking about?
It's just like, should we get something to drink? Should we maybe get dessert? No, I don't know. Maybe. And he's like, I could take my dick out. You know what I mean? Like, I can just take my dick out. I mean, that's.
Do you want to just?
I mean, that's option E, but
Can I just put my tongue in your mouth?
technically
Though?
option
Can
D.
I just do that?
Yeah.
Just unbelievable. And then
Yeah, that's funny.
Similarly, I went on another date with a guy. This is like years ago. This guy, he didn't do anything. It was kind of a terrible first date because we went to a wine bar, and we were getting to know each other a little bit, and he kind of picked up on my, like, when I first meet people, I'm pretty reserved. I don't like to open up a ton just because, like, I don't know them. I'm feeling, especially a random dude I'm going on a date with, I'm feeling you out. It's gonna take a minute before I warm up to you, and we're having like cordial conversation or whatever. He proceeded to tell me, I think he asked me like, why did I choose to go on a date with him or whatever, or like, where was I in terms of dating? Like, was I looking for a hookup or commitment or what? And then
wow.
he asked me that.
That's an interesting question. Just like, all right.
It comes up a lot. I think at this point, I think most people in this day and age are trying to just cut to the chase a little bit more. So it gets asked a lot.
I mean, I do remember that, and I definitely want you to continue your story. But I do remember going on some dates with girls where they were like, "So, what are you looking for?" I do remember those questions.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
And you know what's funny? Like, I always gave a general response.
You're like, can I take my dick out?
I'm just like, I'm just counting down until I could take my dick out. Actually, when the timer goes off. No, I just, like, for me, it was just generally being like, oh, just trying to have some fun and see where it goes.
Yeah.
I think that is such a safe, like, response because, just imagine somebody asks you, so what are you looking for? Like, you're like, marriage. He's like, ugh, get the fuck away from me. Like, and so I remember one time I gave that response, and I want you to finish your story, but one time I gave that response, and she was like, what do you mean, like, fun? What does that mean? And she went fucking psychopathic, like, what do you mean by that? Where I'm like, what was the answer you wanted? Did you want long term? Did you want just to mess around? Like, I don't understand how I just offended you right now by saying, like, having fun and seeing where it goes. Doesn't that open the door to, like, possibilities?
It does, but I think some women are so on the defensive, they don't even see that. Goes back to the bit that I was working on, where I'm like, I wish we could, before we can enjoy our time before we as women mentally go into the investigation, where we're reviewing every word like part of a deposition, where we're just like, what did you mean by fun? What is that? Your inflection when you said fun,
it's like constitutional law.
Yeah, it's
you know
crazy.
What I mean? It's, like,
it's a lot.
What do you mean bare arms?
Yeah.
Bare.
Yeah.
Baron?
Yeah.
Bare? What are you saying? Yeah.
When you said come over, what did you mean by come? What's your intention? You're like, Jesus Christ. All right. So the guy, so he asked that question. And so I answered, and it said something similar to that. I was very just like, I'm just meeting new people, which was very genuine. Like I went on dates to just genuinely practice meeting new people, because it's something that I don't like doing often, or it's not comfortable for me to just jump into something with a stranger. So I flipped it on him, and he's like, yeah, well, I'm just out here trying to be single, like I had a girlfriend, but she cheated on me. So now we're getting into the tea. Mm-hmm. Which part of me is like, continue.
Yeah.
And he goes, but then like when I found out the guy she cheated on me with, it was like the neighbor in the building or something. He goes, and then the guy and I ended up sharing a drink because, she's such a bitch.
Huh.
And he goes, yeah. I'm like, oh, that's crazy that she cheated on you. He goes, yeah, the thing with that, she's stupid because, of the two of us, she's the one who got caught. I'm like, oh, so you cheated too? And he goes, yeah, but I didn't get caught.
Oh, whoa, what?
Yeah. This is the first date.
That is a turn of events, my friend.
That's also some fucking good tea. I was like, oh yeah, all right.
Wow. And then they grabbed a drink together. But like, I wonder, did he say how they got caught?
This was some years ago, so I can't remember. I also thought part of the story was bullshit. He was so bragging about it that I was like, why are you telling me this?
Oh, no, that guy fucks. That guy gets around. And any guy that's just like totally open about that kind of shit, that means he's so cocky. That means he gets it so much that he's like cocky. He's like narcissistic.
I think I dodged a bullet on that.
Probably, most likely.
Well, because it's like, listen, I don't want to get caught up in that. What is this, like, you're cheating and she's cheating, but you're just ragging on her because she got caught, and now you're friends with the guy, and then it sounds like you guys are just like, what?
By the way, I think that is insane.
Oh yeah, it's insanity.
That's insane when people are just like, yeah, then me and him are bros now.
But like, let's compare answers here. Like,
cuck. What is wrong with you?
My answer was, I just want to meet new people. And he's like, well, my fucking girlfriend's a slut and cheated on me, and I'm also a slut. I'm like,
so
what?
I'm just out here banging everything.
Yeah.
Like, you might as well should have just told you that.
Which actually makes sense now, because this is how the date ended, and this is back to the ick now. This is the last one. And if I have more, I'll share them on future episodes.
We know you will.
So,
I feel like I'm fat in this shirt right now. I don't know what it is. There's something about it.
No, you look good.
I've bodied dysmorphia.
No, you look good.
Yeah, cut it out. Cut this shit.
No, seriously. Did you go to the gym today?
Yeah, okay. That reminds go
let
ahead.
me finish now.
Yeah,
so at the end of the date, because this is literally where it ends. The end of the date, we walk to the train station. We're right outside the train station, and I turn to him, and I'm getting ready to say something very, like, I want it to just be like wrapped up nicely,
sure,
but non-committing to any next dates.
This was
like,
nice.
I'm done.
We'll talk.
I don't want to go on another date with this guy. I just want to be like, I had a nice time, which have been a lie, which was a lie. Because it was not fun.
The conversation sucked, I bet.
Yeah, that was really it. He was kind of lame, and Did he
pay for dinner?
We split it.
You sure?
Yeah.
All right. Are you just saying that to sound like you're fucking...
I can't remember, but I'm going to default to...
Yeah, oh no. No. We both know he paid.
I think he should have. I only had one glass of wine.
Oh, that's it. It was just drinks?
It was just drinks.
Then yeah, he paid them.
He could, I probably did. I can't remember. But we're outside the train station. I'm getting ready to formulate this, goodbye. And then he turns to me. He goes, "So when do you want to see each other again? Like, when do you want to hang out again?" Or
he's like, "Open your day planner."
No, he's like, and then he goes, "Can I kiss you though?" Like,
he asked. Yo, if you have to ask, you're not kissing her. If you have to ask, you're not kissing her. It's just not happening.
He did get my number, I think, because this was a very rookie mistake. If you're online dating, don't give out your phone number right away.
Oh yeah, never.
Stick to the messages.
Yeah.
So I gave him my number, and then like before this happened, like that's how we were coordinating for the date.
Yeah.
So the fact I was like, no, it's fine. I said, I think I was just like, we'll figure it out. Like I just was pushing it away just with my words and my body language. And I was like in the train station, fine. I think the next few days after, he tried to hang out. Like, do you want to hang out? Do you want to like see each other? Do you want to like, what's going on? Like, and I'm like,
wow, Jesus Christ.
And I'm like, yeah, I don't know. And honestly, I was having a busy week at work. Like I was working till like 7:30, 8 o'clock every night. I don't want to go out on a date with someone I just met. After that, I want to go home and relax. So I was like, listen, it's been a busy, and he was texting me every day. He's like, well, here's the thing. Like I said, listen, I already told you, like I have, I'm really busy. And he's like, well, let me know when. Like you're not letting me know. This is what he's telling me. And I'm like,
oh my God.
I don't have an answer. Like I don't know yet. Let me just get through the week. And he's like, well, I think we need to have better communication. With the communication. I was like, what?
Christ, this dude is sounds intense. He sounds lonely, by the way, too.
Lonely, yet he gets around.
Yeah, I don't know.
I think emotionally he's lonely.
Yeah, that's what it is. He needs mommy. He needs like the safety blanket. That's really what it is.
Fucking wild. So
damn, holy shit. All right.
I was gonna do another subject, but I mean, we have a little bit of time.
Yeah.
Do you have an ick to share?
What's a good? Let me think. No icks. I will sleep with anyone. No. Are you kidding me? An ick for a woman? No, I'd probably say the only something that actually is a really bad ick is women, and this is for everyone, but more importantly, if I am dating someone or whatever the case is, a woman that can't handle her alcohol. I may or may not eventually down the road have an old from like a long time ago ex that I had this one ex years ago that she would get drunk and then she would just turn into this like a little for lack of a better term, like a little girl, if that makes sense.
Okay.
Like she would just be like, but can you pick me up? Because she was like small. But can you?
She would like turn into a baby.
Like a baby. We would go, all of a sudden she forgot how to walk. Like she was Benjamin buttoning the shit. She was like going backwards.
Oh my God.
And that was such a ick to me, man, where I was just like, I don't want to be with somebody that can't, like if we have like 2 glasses of wine and you're over here just like, you know what I mean? Like,
I hate that you just did that because I know where that came from.
That's from the movie Barbarian, by the way. If you guys ever see that movie, by the way, this is a Halloween / episode. Do yourself a favor, watch Barbarian. Great movie. It doesn't go where you think it's gonna go, and then once it goes there, you're like, oh wow, okay, this is crazy.
It was a fun movie.
Yeah, but anyway, there's that one. Definitely when they can't handle their alcohol.
That makes sense. That's a solid one, I think, for anybody, like you said, but especially if you're with a girl and she's...
Oh, all of a sudden she can't walk. She's a baby deer.
She's wearing, I'm assuming if you're out, she's wearing like...
heels.
Yep.
And forget about it. It's just sloppy drunk. Meanwhile, she only had like 2 glasses of wine. And then just when they're annoying... Like they're annoying and they're starting fights with you, and you go, okay, listen, we can't. I'm doing zero. I haven't
Being
even
drunk
I
as a
haven't even
drunk person.
spoken. Yeah,
Yeah.
I haven't even spoken, and you're just like, and fuck you, and you're like, Jesus Christ, like all their emotions start coming out, and you're like, dude, I have no parts of this. Like,
Can
you know
I
what
tell
I
you
mean?
something though?
Yeah.
I love seeing those meltdowns on the street. I don't want to ever be a part of it.
Sure.
I understand that sentiment completely. But whenever I walk, if I'm walking home, let's say, and some girl or usually it's usually a girl who's like having
Yeah.
a meltdown.
9 times out of 10.
Sitting on the floor, her friends are like, get up.
And
And
she's
she's
just
like,
bawling.
no.
Yeah, she's in a ball of emotion.
She's like kicking her shoes off. It's like, what the fuck is going on?
He's like, he's a dick. I'm gonna
She's
text
turning
him.
over her purse like, I had a lip gloss. Yeah,
Yeah.
I love watching those and being like, you dummy. You silly girl.
Yeah, that, and also to a really big ick. This isn't really a fun one, but I don't like broke chicks.
Oh.
I don't like broke girls.
Okay.
I don't at all.
Sure.
That is like a huge. And you know what? Why are they called icks? Didn't they used to be called turnoffs? Wasn't it called a turnoff forever?
Well, everything gets rebranded after a while
No,
now.
you know what it is? We're in the TikTok generation.
Yeah,
so everything needs
has
to be barely a syllable.
Yeah.
Like it.
It's a sound. That's an onomatopoeia.
It's like
an ick.
It's like you don't have a. Like it's just that it's gonna be a breath. It's gonna be a wink. It's just gonna be like a blink. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
For the audio listeners, you can't see it, but it'd just be like. It'd be like just a one batting of the eye. And
the English language is going to come down to Morse code with our eyes.
'cause
That's really what it is.
First of all, turn off was only 2 syllables anyway.
Yeah.
And they were like, no, what's an ick though? What's an icky
That's different.
ick? Ugh.
So can you say though, like you're saying a broke girl, but that's different. Is that different from a girl who's let's say she's working, but she just doesn't make a ton of money?
Nah, that matters too.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I'll be honest
All
with
right.
you. I'm looking for a sugar mama. You know what I mean? I'm trying to retire early, right?
Wow.
Get me an old Betty Crocker. Let's go. I'm
Okay.
down. No, I really, you know what's funny? There's a lot of dudes out there that they don't want a woman to make more money than them.
Yeah.
Like that's like a power thing. And I'm like, please make more money so I don't have to work as hard.
I agree.
I'll
I
be a
think
stay-at-home wife. I'll be the stay-at-home wife. I don't give a shit. Give me more time to
cool.
fuck the pool girl or whatever. No, I'm kidding. But the point being is, I really don't care. Make more money than me. Good.
that's refreshing.
Yeah, listen, I'm a feminist. You know what I mean? Make
All right,
all
let's
the
not
money.
go that far. Jesus.
Make all the money.
I'm a feminist. I want them to make money so that I can spend it and fuck other people.
I'm just saying, yeah.
I think that's good. No, I feel like, you know, I don't know. Being in your 30s, you do kind of think that other people should be a little bit higher in their careers. They should be making a certain amount. And I mean, it takes a certain amount to live as well. Like that's, you know, that's the thing. It's expensive to live in New York City. So,
Yeah,
right.
so I don't know. Yeah, so that's a big thing of mine too.
I was like, how much money do I make? I just thought about that.
Yeah, well, because you know what it is too. It's like, it's also like, all right, let's just say you don't make the greatest amount of money, but you make like okay money, and you have like an okay job. You know, like for instance, if I meet somebody, let's just say I meet a girl, whatever, I'm out, I'm at a bar, and I meet them, you know, the old-fashioned way. You know what I'm saying? Chloroform and. You know what I mean? Behind a dumpster.
I fizz her drink.
A couple of Quaaludes. No, God, that is so
It's traditional.
dark. No, but let's just say I meet a chick the old-fashioned way.
In person.
And we chat it up, blah, 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 exchange information. We go on a date, blah, blah, blah. And then I find out she works at Duane Reade. I'm like, oh, I think we're done here. You
Yeah.
know, like, I don't think I can move forward with you because I don't care how cool you are. That's not going to cut it for me. Like, I'm in my 30s, man. I'm thinking steps ahead here. I'm thinking building. I'm thinking like, you need to make as much as me or more. You have to. There's no way, because I mean, I'm not doing great, but I'm not killing.
Only one of us can work at Duane Reade.
Like exactly. Like you can't. Yeah. Like we both can't be associates. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think you know what? The same goes for me. If like I just put myself in those shoes and I don't know if I could date somebody who I don't want to just put it in this bucket, but for lack of a better phrase is like hourly, so to speak. And this isn't now I'm putting us in a different I feel the pressures
now
on.
we sound super elite.
I feel
like if you make hourly, just kill yourself.
Gross. No, actually, I'm gonna take that back because I don't think hourly makes a difference. But I think like if you just have like a smaller, because here's the thing, there is a certain lifestyle that I want to strive to. I'm also going to respect that person's time enough to not waste it. If I go on a date and I find that out, I'm going to enjoy the date, but I'm also going to let them go and be like, this is not a match, I think. Just in terms of career, professional development, growth, financial goals. We're not on the same page here because we're around the same age and you're kind of in a different place in your career. You're still entry and I'm wanting to move further along. So I think sometimes it just comes down to that. But the guy that I went on the wine date with, I think he was like, when I asked him like what he did for work. So like when he asked me what I did for work, I was like, oh, I'm in video production. I do this, I do that. And he's like, oh, that's so cool. And every guy who I tell them I'm in video production, they're like, I dabble in video production. I'm like, I don't dabble in it. I do it for a full-time job. So there's a difference of like, this is my side hustle. I'm like, this is my hustle. This is it. I mean, there's other projects, but he was like, I just got fired from Grubhub, but I'm looking to do
as
sales.
A driver.
I think it was sales.
Oh, okay. But I just got fired from job, but actually I got a flat tire, so I couldn't do it anymore.
I actually was supposed to be at work right now. No, but he had this very like in between jobs wishy-washy type of answer that I was like, I can't get on board with that. I'm sorry.
That's a red flag, dude.
Yeah.
That's always a red flag.
And again, like I don't think I want to give the person enough of a chance, but I think that you can kind of tell based on their answer where they're at. And if they're not on your level or where you would like to aspire to be even, then it's not going to work.
Yeah, no, 100%. Wow, this turned into like a dating episode.
This is a dating episode.
This is interesting. We did a full like 30 minutes on dating. I'm not even mad at it, to be honest. Actually, all right, you know what? Let's make this food related, right? Let's make this food related. If you're on a date, okay, what would the ideal dinner spot be? Not the restaurant per se, but just the genre of food. Like, what's something you think it's a first date? Maybe, you guys met over an app or something, and you're both like, hey, what do and you both agree to the date. It sounds like, whatever. What do you think would be a good place to go to? Like, what are we doing? Are we doing just drinks? Are we doing tapas? Are we doing, what are we? I don't want to infuse too many ideas in your head. What do you think would be good?
Tapas. No, so here's the thing. I usually plan a few scenarios out. Okay. So all of them start at the same place.
Here we go.
They start.
So here's the thing.
I give them an address.
Yeah, I have a PowerPoint presentation.
Here we go. Yeah. I actually have. I start playing another podcast on this podcast about it.
No, yeah, you send them an invitation with no return address, and you're like, "This is where we're supposed to go."
No, I give them the one with the garbled voice, like I'm gonna kidnap them or something. I can't even do it.
Just like. I want your family.
Yeah, basically.
Where's your family?
Yeah.
You need to meet me on the corner of 6th Avenue and 57th Street.
Yeah, exactly.
Wear a red lapel. I hope that comes up on the audio.
I think it will. But no, I like a wine bar or some kind of bar situation, like bar that has like a decent food menu, like a decent appetizer menu where it's like
a bar with a decent
it's not just like a dive bar or anything. I like like a wine bar type of place where they do like maybe they have like a charcuterie or they have like whatever small plates.
Charcuterie. Maybe they have a charcuterie board.
Is that what I just said? I don't know what I just said.
You ever seen a shark's coochie, son? Yo. Oh my God, you can't make this shit up. Man, yo.
Oh my God, I had too much coffee.
That's going to be the new cheese board, son. The shark coochie board. Oh,
yeah, forget butter boards. Those are out.
On Shark Week, yeah.
You don't know. We could be stumbling upon a big partnership with Shark Week. you don't know about.
Yeah.
Anyway, a meat and cheese board.
Yo, I can't. That's just one of those silly ass things where it's just like I can't even believe those two words went together. You know how many times I've done that this week? My brain, I don't know what it is. I think it's been a little overload lately. Yeah.
But like I think one thing and then I say another, and I think that just happened here.
You have brain fog?
Yeah, it's been a few times this week. So I started at a wine bar. I like to have a few restaurant options in my back pocket in case it goes there.
Sure. Are you one to like, let's just say, okay, you guys are picking the date. Who's like, is the guy normally like in your experience, are most of the guys picking the place? Like, hey, cool. What are you doing Wednesday at 7 p.m.? Oh, nothing. Let's go. Okay, let's go grab some drinks. All right, cool. And then the guy will be like, yeah, I got a place already. Or you'll be like, hey, do you have a place in mind? And then the guy will be like, yeah, sure. It's a place over in Midtown. Like, will the guy be the one to do that normally?
No.
Really?
Yep.
Wow. I'm old school. Like, I'm of the school of like, a girl would be like, so what do you have in mind? That's how I read their text messages. And then I'll be like, oh yeah, I got a couple places. Meanwhile, I don't. Especially if it's a few days before. I have no idea where we're going.
Yeah, but you're going to find a place.
Oh, 100%.
That's the difference.
And then I pull it out and I go, oh yeah, we'll meet up at Union Square, whatever it is. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, no, it's never happened to me.
Really?
No, the guys will usually be like, do you want? I can meet you where you are. I'm like, oh well, where's your office? Or whatever. Let's say it's like after work. Where's your office? I'm in Midtown. Okay, I can come to you. Cool. Do you know any good spots in the area? I don't know that area at all.
Are you kidding me?
Nope.
Yo, I'm sorry. 100%. I don't know. I'm old school. I'm like, you should plan it out. You should know what to do.
The day a guy plans a date, I would be floored. I'm not used to them doing the planning. Genuinely not.
You know, it's very interesting. This is very interesting when like the types of people that people pick. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's almost like the law of attraction. Yeah. Right? It's like you attract certain people to you.
Sure.
And it's interesting that every guy you've attracted to you is fucking stupid. That he can't use Google. Just fucking Google, dude.
Yeah.
It's not like he had to go to Barnes & Noble and pick up a Zagat survey from like 1997.
He didn't have to open up the paper.
Yeah, like the yellow page and be like, restaurants, R. All right, cool, restaurants.
It's a yellow paper. It's not a dictionary. It's the yellow pages.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, you're right.
No, that's what I mean. The old school, like the book.
I know.
That's how old I am. But yeah. That's fascinating to me. Really, it is. Because first of all, I hate it because a lot of times I'll pick restaurants I've never been to. I'm just going based off of pictures and really quick reviews. And I'm like, all right, fuck it.
Here's the thing. I'm not picky at all. I don't care where we go. I care more about the effort being put in. And if a guy be like, hey, I want to try this place. Let's go here. I'd be like, yeah, I'm down. I don't know. And maybe there are people out there who are more picky. But I'm genuinely not. And it's always been a toss up until the last minute. And then the next thing I know, I'm on Yelp fucking looking at places. And I'm like, all right, we can just go here.
What, let me ask you a question. Again, fuck it. This is a dating episode now. Has anybody ever, have you ever had a guy that you went on a date with, maybe once or twice? It was an okay date, but it kind of fizzled. You guys just stopped talking to each other. Did they ever reach back out to you like a year later? Or like
all of them did.
All of them?
At some point, yeah.
Oh my God.
Some reached out during the pandemic.
Wow. Mm-hmm. That is a crazy like attrition rate.
Yeah, my return rate's 100%.
That's nuts.
Well, I actually, you know what? Guys always come back. But girls always come back too. I think it's something of if it depends on how you. Yeah. I think it depends on how you leave it with another person.
Ah, gotcha.
So I think that, if you didn't leave it on such extremely offensive terms,
sure,
you know, you're likely gonna go back to that person or just reach back out.
Yeah, I don't get any sequels. I
don't allow them to come back usually.
Oh no! Okay, but what I'm saying is like I don't even get the reach back. I don't even get I get the one and done. They're just like, well, I saw that movie.
That was all right.
They're like, it was okay. I got the point. It was a little. What is that called? Derivative. It was a little derivative, but it was okay.
You know what? For me, I don't hate when dudes come back around because there's only one reason why they're coming back around.
Oh, clearly.
And you know what? And I think more women should do this. And don't do this and then crucify him. Just do it very matter of factly of like, I do not want to, like, just call them out on the reason, their intention, because you know what it is. And just like cut to the chase and make it short and sweet and be like, we shouldn't be speaking anymore. The end.
Oh,
like,
wow, okay.
whatever. Like,
that's very adult.
Yeah, because it's just like, unless you like the chase, which some people do. Some people like to go back and forth and be like, look, he's back in my DMs. I'm like, all right, like this is episode 47 of you two trying to fucking do something here, But I'm not like that. I'm very like, if I enjoyed your time, great. And then if we ended or if it kind of fizzled out, there's a reason why it fizzled out. And I'll like continue a conversation. Yeah. But if I see it's kind of the same BS, I'm like, I'm over it. I'm done.
Gotcha. So. Yeah. I've done that a few times, like reaching back out to like a girl where I'm just like, damn, who do I have in my fucking phone list over here? Like,
that's exactly what I think you guys are doing. But I think, 1,000%. And I think guys do it, but I also, like I said, I also think girls do it. I think anybody at this point, they're all looking back. Coming out of the pandemic, I think everyone was just like, where did I leave off in 2019?
Seriously.
Where did
everybody left the bomb shelter? Like, what is this world
now? They're
like,
wait a second, my old contacts. Yeah. It's so weird. So
I remember one time I reached out to a girl that I went on one date with, but it was a decent date, but I don't know what happened. We just ended up not going on another date again for whatever reason. I don't know. It just didn't happen. And I remember I reached out to her like a year later, something like that, literally like a year later. I just remember being cool and I was like, let me see. And I just remember her story, you know what I mean, her just being single, all this stuff. And I reached back out and she was like, oh, I'm really good, I'm in Florida now. And I was like, oh, okay. She was like, yeah, I have a baby. And I was like, what? Like, that was nuts. Like, she had a 3-month-old baby or whatever, however old. This was like, I swear to God, I was like doing the math in my head, even though me and her didn't even have sex. But I was just like,
okay. I was doing the math too. I was like,
me and her didn't even have sex. I'm like, can we have sex from hugging? Because we didn't even kiss.
Isn't that funny when you get put in this scenario where you the answer is definitively scientifically no, but in your brain you're still like, but can that? Like, is there a loophole? I just want to make sure.
It's like when you get an STD test and you also get the HIV one, and you're like, please don't have HIV. Please, meanwhile, like you haven't had sex in like 2 years and shit, and you're like, no, but I don't understand. It's just
I could get it from the air, right? And it's just
I mean, there was that one time I scraped my knee outside. Yeah, and, I hope I'm fine. But so I've done it. I'm guilty of it.
No, it's happened. But listen, I think that's part of it. I think you got to roll with it. And like I said, I like to just try to keep it short and sweet. I don't really love playing a ton of games because the thing is, I reserve the games for relationships.
Literally come. You come over his house with a stack of board games, and she's like, "What's that for?" I'd be like, "We're about to fucking see. We're about to find out."
Yeah. Through Battleship, I will find out if you. I don't know what the rest of that's going to be. Yeah. But putting them to the test through board games, that sounds kind of fun, to be honest.
Well, you know what? Well, that actually is kind of a bit if you think about it, right? Because like Battleship, what do you say? You say the number and you say the letter, right?
Correct.
And then it's like hit. So you could be like childhood. Mother abuse. Hit.
That's fair.
You know what I mean?
Let's figure out what your trauma is. Yeah. And
exactly.
then you just blindly start
like,
to guess.
Did your dad love you?
No.
You sank my battleship.
There you go. That's fair. That's funny.
A bit right there.
I like that.
Go.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, listen, for me, it's like, I just like to, I don't like an activity as a date. Because I want to get to know the person that I'm with. Again, like I don't interact with a ton of random strangers. I usually keep a close circle. Yeah. So, I want to suss you out a little bit.
So once to twice a year, there's always like a meme that kind of gets circulated around, and it's mostly by women. It's actually 90+% by women that they post this thing where it's just like, I don't want to go on dates. I don't want to have drinks or dinner. Let's do something different, like look at architecture, go to a museum, or discuss life under the stars. Who the fuck are you talking to? Who are you referencing? Where it's just like, I remember one time I told a girl, I was like, hey, you want to go to a museum? And she goes, what are you, a loser? Let's go grab drinks. Like, what are we talking about here? Why is there always this bullshit of just like, fascinate me, do these things that intrigue my mind? And meanwhile, the next post is you twerking on a Saturday with your fucking ass out. Come on, can we stop that, please?
These are memes you found on social media?
Yes, 100%.
So I think that
some people I know, some people I don't know that I'm just randomly following, where I'm like, this is bullshit.
And that's so disheartening too when it's someone you follow and you know, and you're like, why are you posting this? No.
Well, especially too if it's somebody that I know that parties 3-4 nights a week.
Yeah.
3-4 nights a week they party. But then literally it'll go from a video of them literally popping their ass. Right? It's a girl, obviously. And then it's me. No, I'm kidding. Popping their ass. And then the next thing will be like, wow me with your energy and let's take walks on the beach. And you're like, bitch, we live in Brooklyn. Like, we can't, where's the beach? We're going to Brighton? We're going to fucking Brighton Beach? What are you saying right now? Like, this is the shit I don't like.
I think those memes are what magazines were for girls maybe, I want to say 15 years ago now.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
Where it's memes, Instagram, the Instagram feed shoves so much information and often contradictory information.
Yeah.
Like in one scroll, I can find 3 or 4, text, like infographics with text of like 6 ways you can know if your relationship's going to last forever. 7 ways he's probably cheating on you. 18 ways that you can get a better career. It's just like, oh my God.
Leaves the house,
do these 47 things before 6 a.m. And you're like, what?
Yeah.
I read each of those and I feel pressure in my chest of like the anxiety kicks in of like you're like, which one should I do?
Literally.
And you should do none of them. They're all bullshit.
Oh,
it's all stupid.
They all suck.
I think you just saying wow me with your energy made my blood boil a little bit.
Oh my God.
Because I hate that.
I've literally read that where it's wow me with your energy or.
And I understand those concepts and I even subscribe to them. But here's what I do. I subscribe to them quietly. Like I don't put them on. I think there's definitely been instances where I've reposted quotes or things that resonate with me that I'm like, oh, this is funny or this is profound or this makes sense. But like, I'm not doing the whole, I don't like anything dating wise because I think those are all bullshit and I don't think anyone knows anything and no one should try to be an expert about it. Unless you're a fucking licensed therapist, then fine. But like your friends and stuff posting that shit, like dazzle me. Let's like show me something different.
I look, I'm telling you right now from personal experience, I've tried to like invite girls on like a coffee date and they'll be like, I'd rather have drinks. Like, you know what I mean? Like, sure, sometimes they'll say yes, but like more often than not, they'd be like, I'd rather get dinner or I'd rather like have drinks. And I'm like,
suggested a coffee date once and I was talking about this date to some coworker friends of mine. And because we worked in an open layout, so I just turned around, I'm like, yeah. Everyone's like, oh, you have a date? Like, what are you going to do? I was like, I think we're just going to get coffee or something. Like, I think it was like in the middle of the day or like afternoon.
Sure.
And one of the girls said, she goes, coffee date? Ew, no.
See?
Like,
See?
Why? And I'm like, why not?
We can't do anything right. Guys can never do anything right. Like, it's just so interesting to me.
I don't know.
Because, like, sure, a coffee date, granted, it's not a real date. Let's be fucking honest.
No, but it's like it's a test run.
Yeah, it's a pure like, are you crazy? Can I have a conversation with you?
I need the stakes to be so low.
Yeah.
I don't want there to be. Listen, I don't want. It depends. Like a coffee date is just that for a reason, right?
Yeah, sure. It's very casual. You're not going to make out in the middle of fucking, I mean, maybe you can, but like whatever. Like who's going to do that at like 2:00 in the afternoon?
It gives you
in
both,
Midtown Manhattan.
It gives you both an out. Just in case.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah,
I got to run back. I got to run back. It was nice meeting you.
Yeah. 20 minutes tops that coffee date could be.
True. That's actually good. Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, I've done that where it's like 20, 30 minutes-ish.
Yeah.
Like 30 minutes.
That's it.
You're in and out.
Yeah.
You're done. You're like, oh, that person was cool.
Yeah.
Or you're like, eh.
So, I don't know. I don't understand it either. What else do you have on this dating? We really dove deep onto this.
Yeah.
Well, okay, let's wrap up with this because you asked me the question, my ideal date spot.
Yeah, like
wine
what would
bar,
you do? like a wine bar.
Yeah, wine bar situation, somewhere with food too.
Yeah.
Usually there's like a nice wine bar that I like in the Midtown that's like low lighting. It's kind of cute. It's very intimate. I also do better in quiet places where I can talk one-on-one, just socially in general.
Sure.
Like, I know that about myself. I hate big crowds. I hate when it's super loud. I hate that shit.
Yeah.
So
you go in there and they're like, Natalie, you got a new victim?
Yeah.
Who's this guy?
Yeah.
You think he's going to last past date number 1?
Yeah.
Huh? And you're like, you know me, Joe.
Yeah, exactly.
You going to sit in the regular booth? Hey, everybody move over. Natalie's here.
Apparently I joined the mafia in this story too.
No, I'm not. I'm saying there. Yeah.
No, I know. It's part of the,
That's Joe the bartender.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. What is your ideal date spot?
That's a really good question, Natalie. Thank you for asking.
It's groundbreaking.
For a long time, if I wanted something real casual, sushi is normally pretty good.
Fucking bougie.
Sushi only because it's very, like, let's just say I'll only pick it if, like, genuinely I want to eat with this person.
Oh, fair.
If I'm pure drinks, I'm just gonna try to pick kind of similar, like probably just like a nice place that has cocktails. That would be my thing. Just a real kind of like sexy kind of place, like, you know what I mean? Just something real nice, low, like it's kind of dim with that kind of amber light. Something that's like really known for its cocktails. Or maybe I'll try to do something like a speakeasy or something like that. You know what I mean? I think that's really cool because you're adding an element because you're taking them to like a cool place, right?
I like that. Yeah.
And then from there, and to your point, someplace where the music isn't loud.
That's important.
Because that shit is bullshit. When you're, that's kind of funny. It's like when you were really young, like 18, 19, 20, you would go on dates and you would like go to like the movies. That is the dumbest idea for a date because you're just sitting next to each other. That's all you're doing. You're just sitting next to each other watching a film and you're like, you have no idea if you actually like each other other than just like, I think she has a face and I'm just going to sit here,
Yeah. Have I, I don't think I've been to the movies for a long time like that.
Oh, yeah.
Because it's not ideal.
That's
it's
a
just
teenager
not,
thing.
Yeah, yeah.
But you get older, you need to be able to talk.
Yeah.
I've left places just because like it's so loud that I'm like, all right, this isn't gonna work out. I literally have to yell.
Yeah.
So where are you from?
Yeah.
She's like, what? All right, Brooklyn. Yeah.
I know your voice gets higher. It gets dry because you're screaming so much.
Oh my God, it's the worst. All right, cool. So I think we figured it out. We figured out a ton of stuff with that. Let's switch some gears. I got something that's pretty interesting, right?
No, I don't want to talk about it. Yeah, what's up?
More about me.
No. Yeah. Go.
This is food related. There was a Uber, I think it was a Grubhub. It was a Grubhub driver. Okay. This is in America. He was on his way somewhere and his car broke down. So he called the cops, to come over and help him. Cops came and the cops finished his Grubhub order.
They ate it?
They pointed the gun and they were like, give me the halloumi. No, they finished the order. Like they took it while the guy was getting his car towed and everything like that. They're like, all right, we'll take it to the destination.
It.
Yeah, they delivered it.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, listen.
And they kept the tip.
Yeah, look, if I ordered Domino's and police show up, like, here's your Domino's, I would think someone ordered a stripper. I'd be like, all right, dude, like, listen, we're not doing this here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Did anybody order a sausage pizza? Boom, boom, boom. Just like fucking.
Yeah.
That's exactly what it feels like.
Yeah. That's funny. It's like, it would feel like a prank for sure.
Yeah. I'd be like, nah, dude, I didn't do this.
Yeah. That's funny.
That's
like, really nice of them to do that.
It should be illegal to be this hungry. Boom, boom, boom. I don't even know.
That's really funny.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Imagine being the one answering the door. Let's say you look in the window or on your Ring camera thing. You're like, where's my food? I don't know. It's supposed to be here. I don't know what happened.
No, suddenly just imagine Derek.
The doorbell rings and you're like, no, I think the Domino's is here, but the cops are here too.
Yeah, but the cops are here too, holding Domino's.
They're like, it's all, what do you mean the cops are here? No, they're holding the Domino's.
I'm telling you, if I was the cop,
I'd be scared.
if I was the cop, I would just knock. I would know who the order's for, right? And I would just
Oh,
knock on
there
the
you
door
go.
and it'd be like, "So Derek in there? I'm Derek. All right, Derek, you're gonna have to come with us because you ordered this hot, fresh, and ready pizza."
You're so stupid.
It's just something stupid.
We got a call from a Domino's.
Yeah, we heard there's a party happening here.
A pizza party.
Pizza party.
Hell yeah. We got the breadsticks. Let's go.
Yeah, for real, son.
I'd be like, cool, thanks, officer. You're not invited, though. So,
yeah,
sorry.
thanks.
That's really nice of them to do that, though.
That was
That's
pretty
very
cool.
Very,
Yeah.
very cool.
So I thought that was a nice little interesting development.
That's
you know what I mean?
I love a good tidbit
that
like
was
that.
that was a cute little thing that happened. So
Yeah. I have something for you.
Okay, cool. Let's do it.
It's not food
How much
related.
time we got left? Oof, boy, we are deep.
This is a long.
We do not have a.
She's a long episode.
We are just creeping longer and longer over here.
This is the only thing I had
Still
to.
recording? All right,
Luckily,
good. Yeah.
and I brought this up because it happened. This has happened in Queens.
Okay.
And a man armed with a fake gun hijacked an MTA bus in Queens early Thursday.
I read a little bit. That's funny.
He crashed a vehicle into a utility pole after the driver jumped out a window a few blocks later.
You know what's funny? He didn't even need a gun to hijack it. He could just be like, "I want this bus." The driver's like, "Take it."
So the suspect walked up
like,
to the
sure.
driver at 199th and Linden Boulevard in Cambria Heights.
Oof, yeah, that's all the way. That's deep in Queens.
That's deep. Is that like a rougher neighborhood?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Before 9 a.m. This happened before 9 a.m.
Oh yeah, that's normal.
Told him to open the door, and then he ordered the driver to drive.
Oh, that's scary.
It's very
that's
yeah.
that's like black speed.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like
7 passengers were on board at the time. And then the driver leapt out the window when they approached 232nd Street. This fucking driver's like, I am out of here.
Oh, he was like, peace.
Yeah, literally.
The emergency window? He was like, I'm fucking out of here.
Yeah, the hijacker took the wheel, drove the bus a few blocks, and then crashed into a pole. And then it says the suspect was taken into custody at the scene. The bus driver who jumped out the window was taken into the hospital. And there were no other passengers hurt. I think this is actually it feels like it's one of those things out of a movie. Hilarious. Yeah. Imagine you're driving in the other direction and you just see the driver of a bus jump out of the side of the bus.
Oh, like a side window. You're like, what? Then his blue shirt and slacks.
Yeah.
You're like, what the hell?
Just, and does like the tumble roll down the road. And you're like, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah.
It's so funny.
I'm like very like old school New York, right? So I'm very, I'm old school New York. So I'm one of those guys where I'm like, as the bus driver, I like how they were like, they took him to the hospital. I would be leaning into that so hard so I can get workers' compensation for the next 7 years.
Yeah.
Like, that's my New York brain. My New York brain goes into the hustle of just like, I'm traumatized and my elbow still hurts. Ow. Mm-hmm. And I need 7 years compensation. And I just retire early.
That's
like, I don't know. That's just my brain. That's my brain. That's
always looking at how to game the system.
1000%.
You know what? That's probably, I wonder if that's what the drover thought. And he's like, you know what? I don't need this shit today.
Yo, when he saw that, he was like, ooh, come on in, buddy.
No, I think it was arranged.
I
think it started with, fuck, man. Now this bus is, now I have to drive. I would, not a normal day. And then he's like, I don't want to do this.
Yeah.
He's like, you know what I'm going to do though? Workers' comp.
Yeah.
I'm jumping out this window.
I'm hopping out this window. I can claim mental health
because he made a decision to do that a few blocks into the drive. They drove a few blocks, so that must have. And buses don't go very fast usually.
Well, he told him to. Did he jump out the driver's window, or just like because, or did he do it and then the guy was like, well, I want to drive the bus now, and then he was like, yeah, no problem, buddy, and then he drove a block and he was like, I'm fucking out of here. He left the passengers in there too.
Yeah. I think
I would do it too, though, to be honest with you.
On the left side is the driver window, and then the right is nothing. It's open, and then there's the door. So I think he literally jumped out the window, the driver's side window.
I would do the same shit. I would like look behind me, and I'll be like, oh, he turned his back, and I'll just hop right out that shit.
How do you get? It's wild.
It was a fake gun or a real gun?
It was fake.
Oh, it was a fake gun.
It wasn't even real.
Wow.
It was fucking crazy. I don't even know what that was for, too. What's the point of doing that so early in the morning?
You could just get a bus for free. Like I said, you could just walk in there and be like, this is my bus. And the guy's like, I don't even want to work anymore.
Yeah.
Sure, take the bus,
He takes
dude.
his vest off. He's like, there you go.
Yeah, he's like, all right, just the ignition. This is how you,
Yeah.
this is how you change the gears.
So
Gotta
that's
go.
the
See you later.
story. Just in case if anyone's listening not from New York wants to know what New York City's, how things are going.
Oh, yeah. This
Business
is where we're at.
Business as usual.
People are stealing buses just to feel something.
Just to feel. There literally was no
feel.
payoff to this. Like
Yeah.
he crashed it into a pole and then he got taken into custody. But like I it's hard to understand what the motivation was because he had a fake gun.
Yeah, sure.
Would you just wake up like I really want to cause some chaos today? Let me try to steal a bus. Let me just see if I could do it.
He just finished watching the award-winning masterpiece Speed with Keanu Reeves and Sandra Bullock, and he was like, you know what? I'm going to do that in Queens. I'm going to do this in Queens, New York.
Incredible.
So, awesome. So with that being said, guys, is this a podcast?
Much like crashing a bus into a pole, we're crashing this podcast.
We're going to stop right here.
No, this was a good one. This was what a ride this was.
Wow. I hope you guys got some takeaways, right? Where to take a date, huh?
Yep.
Maybe that's some good stuff. Maybe you learned some icks of your own, right? Some red flags.
If you're a man, please take the initiative to suggest or plan the date.
Be a man.
Please do that.
Be a man. Pick something. I think we learned a lot about weird-ish people and interactions. Mm-hmm. This has been an informative episode, guys. Yeah. I
had fun.
Yeah, this is the dinner date episode.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe that'll be in the description.
I
Dinner
like
date.
that.
Dinner date, ick, and something else.
And
then chloroform.
Nice.
The old-fashioned way.
Old-fashioned.
Behind the dumpster. Well, yeah, thank you guys for listening. We really appreciate it. Please keep on liking, subscribing, sharing. Please do all that stuff. We really appreciate it, guys. We love doing this, and we want more people to know about it. Natalie, where can people find you?
You can find me on Instagram at Natalie Does Comedy. I'm posting all my shows.
Also, that
promoting
liquor
them there.
bar that she likes to hang out at.
I'll let you know when I'm at the
dates.
bar getting sauced. No, Natalie Does Comedy just on Instagram, maintaining that. There might be a Facebook page coming soon. Who knows? But yeah, got more to come. So that's it for me. Where can they find you, Mario?
Awesome. Instagram, Funny Colors Comedy. Twitter, Mario P Comedy. TikTok, Mario the Actor. And I do have a Facebook page. It's stupid. Anyway, I wrote my own description. So if you want something really funny to see, I wrote it when I was like 21. And I was an actor, and I wrote a whole description, and I wrote it in third person.
Can I read
I was
it?
like, Mario Pisano. You're not going to find it. Mario Pisano was educated. It's the worst description ever, but I keep it because it's like a time capsule of my dumb 21-year-old brain. So do yourself a favor, guys. Check that out. Follow the podcast.
Yes.
Comedychowpod at
gmail.com.
On gmail.com if you want to send us recommendations or anything like that, or questions or comments, partnerships. And then also to we're on TikTok.
Comedychowpod.
Comedychowpod. Instagram. Comedychowpod. Cannoli, anything else? He's a big talker.
He's planning his dates.
Yeah.
He's got dates coming up.
Awesome. Thank you guys for listening.
Yeah, thank you.
Appreciate it. Eat well.
Bye.